The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.
I mentioned, the holes. No, was just chatting with Ash out before the show started. As we do, we spend a fair bit of time out there.
Yeah, researching and
Pre-show meeting.
Yeah, planning the show.
But there's like there's two. The fridge has the top two benches, which are for. I think the top two are communal. Mm-hmm. So if it's there, you can eat it. And then the other ones is like staff. So technically.
Technically.
You're not supposed to touch them. Sometimes
That fried rice technically belongs to someone.
It's usually butter.
Yeah.
It's like, there's butter down there. And then come on.
What do you help yourself to? Do you help yourself to someone's butter?
From a cheese toasty.
Have you seen I think Coxie labels his sauce. Coxie's sauce.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I have in there is that activate you. No one touches that.
No.
As if you would, But there was they must have had something here yesterday because up in the communal shelf, there's like some pastries and nice stuff on the top shelf, and then like a Slurpee sort of container, small Slurpee size container, full of those little holes, the donuts, the donuts, but the holes.
I did see that.
The holes of the donuts.
Yeah.
The middle bit.
Yeah.
Just the little circles.
Yeah, those little cinnamon, they can be delicious. Mm. And I don't know why I went for them so early, but I think I was just picking them up to have a look. And I've gone to pick them up and just gone, old clumsy Dave has banged them and out of the fridge.
Oh, no.
And they've just all over the floor.
Like 10 of them.
10 of them.
I thought they were eggs.
Yeah.
I thought that he'd smashed a heap of eggs.
Oh,
all
David.
over
I was like, oh, no.
Yes.
So I've picked them all up, but I've put them back in there.
Oh.
Is that bad?
I'd say so.
Because
do you reckon he should have chucked them out?
I would have.
Because at the bottom of the fridge, on that bottom bit, where you shut the door and you've got that little shelf at the very bottom, there's water and some other sort of stuff there, dripping stuff. And I don't know which one's landed in that.
Oh.
Well, the soggy one, I would suggest.
Well, I quickly, because the show was starting, I had to put them back in and put them back on the shelf.
Did you dry the wet one and just pop it back in?
I just put them all back in. It was too...
Now, do they sit on the communal shelf? Or
They're back on the communal shelf now.
But is that where they were?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Because I was thinking,
I think they were.
What you didn't see was just before you walked in, Nick was in there, and Nick made a comment. Nick said, look at all the donuts here. So I thought maybe Nick had picked them up and then placed them sort of precariously that when the door opened, they fell out.
They were a little precarious.
Nick, did you touch the donuts, or did you just comment on them?
I just commented on the donuts. Didn't touch the donuts. So I wash my hands of this.
Because who would have... this is a community announcement of sorts, because who would have snaffled them the first 20 minutes?
Suze?
Lockie,
yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, I mean, didn't Lockie once famously help himself to a slice of your pizza?
Yep.
He only eats things on the staff shelf, though.
Yeah, he goes straight for the stuff. Anyway, so...
Right, who else can we throw under the bus?
I may have some anyway, because they still look delicious.
You're going to eat them?
Yeah, maybe.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.
Coldplay start their tour tonight.
Nice segue.
Where's that, Melbourne?
They're in Melbourne tonight. Yep. So they go Melbourne, and then I think they're heading off to Sydney.
I think I'm going to Sydney next Thursday night. I'll be going to check that out.
Nice. That'll be good. And they're saying that they'll do a tribute to Shane Warne.
What?
Well, apparently Chris Martin and Warnie were great mates. Mm-hmm. And he's got a song that's called, I think it's called Shane.
What?
Song for Shane, which was written as a tribute to Warne after he died. God, that was 2 years ago, March 2022. Or 2 and a bit years ago.
More than 2 years ago.
Yes, he first performed that song for Warne in Perth. Remember, he came down last year, and they just did one concert in Perth. Yeah, they're just a one-off special in WA. And so...
Just telling Brisbane again.
Yeah.
It's not even Sydney and Melbourne we like more than you. Even Perth.
And he did a rendition of Yellow. Are you got any of that there, Buzz? He did a rendition of Yellow at Shane's memorial service as well, which I'd forgotten about.
Really? What,
Yeah.
via he didn't come out for it. Must have been via... I can't remember what happened. I do have some memory of them doing something at it, but yeah.
Yeah.
When it was all yellow,
interesting. Yeah. So they start tomorrow night. I know I've got a mate going in Melbourne tomorrow night.
This is Chris Martin singing Yellow at Warnie's Memorial.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you. And all the things
I remember this.
you do.
Do you?
Yeah, I think he was standing there with a guitar outside or something.
They were all
So outside what?
I don't think he came down for it, but
No,
he
didn't.
recorded it. Yeah, but it was just one-on-one with little guitar. It was nice, actually.
Wasn't Warnie like? It was amazing how many people he knew, how many people that he touched. Like with Chris Martin, he had a legitimate friendship like that. They were really good mates. And then Mick Jagger, who, like, if you could swap places and live a life of excess, like Mick Jagger would be up there with someone who's done it all. Nobody's done more than Mick Jagger in the world of rock and roll. And they asked Mick Jagger, whose life would you like to live if it could be someone else? And he answered Shane Warne.
Yeah.
Pretty nuts. Out of all the
That's amazing.
Shane Warne. But okay, so tomorrow night, then obviously no Brisbane.
So you're going to the Sydney show next weekend?
Yeah, apparently, something like that.
Friday or something, I think, probably.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You've got a show to do.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.
I just was reading a story. I've asked Mitch to decipher it for us. He's sort of our tech guy, but it's to do with The Simpsons. I know there's plenty of you that love The Simpsons, but this is combining The Simpsons and NFL in a way that I don't quite understand. But the story is ESPN, Disney, The Simpsons, and the National Football League, so NFL, will premiere The Simpsons Fun Day Football Monday, December 9. And this is an animated Monday night football game. Okay, so get your head around this. Transformed in real time into the Simpsons world using Sony's Beyond Sports technology. So,
Wow.
As I understand it, Mitch, there'll be a proper game of NFL going on, but somehow or other at the same time, it will be transformed into Simpsons, like a cartoon.
Like an elaborate filter.
Yeah, basically. So you got the real life Bengals and Cowboys. So it'll be Tuesday the 10th of December here at 11:15 in the morning, and it's like, Netflix are getting into the actual like live sports being promoted. They're starting to do that on the streamers, and that's
They've got the Tyson fight coming up.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
And so Disney Plus will be doing that, but Sony's Beyond Sports, and so they'll have this real life game, and it'll be as it happens with they said specific character movement and their limb movement and mannerisms. Like it'll be as perfect as it can get, but it'll be happening real time, transformed into the 3D Simpsons animation style that you can watch the real game, I guess, as you would normally watch it on your KO or something, and then you can over on Disney Plus you could see the same game but taking place in Springfield in real time
So it'll
3D
look like The
animation.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if Alicia or Lockie's put up on the screen here. Apparently they did it. Lockie said they did it last year with Toy Story.
Yeah, they did it with Toy Story last year, basically the exact same thing. And what was cool was, like, do you know how you got the 10-yard line, the chains? It was Slinky, the Slinky dog from the movie, that just walked his way up and down the field.
Really?
That's pretty cool.
So how can we watch it?
On Disney Plus, so it'll be like 11 a.m. I mean, we're talking over a month away, but so it's the 10th of December, Tuesday the 10th of December, live on Disney Plus.
Wow.
I'll check that out. By the way, I read something cool about The Simpsons. They in one of their latest episodes that's just come out, they explain how Homer, after all these years of making mistakes, he works at a nuclear plant. They explained how he's kept his job because he's made like all these ridiculous mistakes over the years. It's like one of the latest episodes out. And it turns out that Homer's dad,
Abe.
he blackmails the boss, whoever the boss is of the...
Is it Mr. Burns?
Mr. Burns.
Yeah, and Mr. Burns has promised Homer a job for life, so that's how he's kept his job.
Nepo.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.
They've done a survey of the top wedding songs, the most popular wedding songs. These are the songs...
Down the aisle.
No, not that you walk down the aisle to, but after the wedding, when you go to the reception, that the couples
Oh, first dance.
dance to, the first dance.
Ah,
So
right,
did
okay.
you do that at yours, Buzz?
No, we didn't do a first dance, thankfully. But we had songs that we came back after we got our photos. We did one that we walked back down the aisle to, but yeah, no first dance.
We did.
What did you get? What was your song? Let me see if I can find it.
See if you can find it. I had to, in Just to be transparent, I had to text Jode before and said, what was
Okay,
our
good.
first dance? But we actually did dance lessons for like a couple of months leading up to the wedding. We had a
Right.
full choreographed routine and we nailed it.
What was the song?
I know because I just got Dylan to get it off for me.
Oh, right.
It's like someone I've never heard of, but Deborah Morgan or something like that.
Yep.
Dance with me. This is it. Yeah.
Go on, give us a little demo on the corner.
I wouldn't even remember. I got it on video somewhere. Yeah. I was doing like the spinning her in, bringing her back in. Dip at this point. Now I did the splits.
Nice.
Yes.
Tango.
Yeah. It's
Pretty
like
good.
Latino.
Trying to remember the last one I emceed, Freddie Wally's and Sophia. It was either the Can't Stop the Feeling,
Oh, yeah.
which was from the Trolls movie,
Right.
Justin Timberlake. Or
This one.
yeah, that one. Can't remember. She asked me which one, either that one or Pitbull and Neo, Time of Our Lives. You know when Pitbull did that Time of Our Lives one, remix sort of thing.
Yep, hang on.
They didn't make the top 5.
Yeah, this one. Yeah. I can't remember which one they did though. But that was the two options. Isn't it fun? You know, people are more fun these days, aren't they?
There was a clear winner in this, but we'll go from 5 and work up.
Sure.
This was number 5. This is Earth, Wind and Fire's song September.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Please welcome Mr. and Mrs. Ray.
Always the MC, aren't you? Please welcome to the dance floor.
Destiny.
The Killers had 4th place.
Oh, wow.
It's a weird one, isn't it, when you think about it?
How do you dance?
Is this it?
Yeah, Mr. Brightside.
Mr. Brightside.
Yeah. That is a weird one.
God,
Talking
it's
about
she
jealousy.
takes off her dress now,
Yeah.
like it's a strange one.
Sounds like a good wedding, actually.
Yes, actually.
Usher had 3rd.
Yeah, fair play.
Yep.
I think I've heard that at a wedding.
All right, and then these were the clear top 2. Old school, ABBA, Dancing Queen. I don't think I've ever been to a wedding where this is played.
May I say?
No.
No, I've never. But may I say, like, just going back to the Freddie Wally, like he spent a lot of time learning choreography for his dance, and you could not see one skerrick of evidence.
Really?
What a complete.
He was pretty good on his
What
feet.
a complete waste of time.
I remember him out at the Devs. He had good footwork.
No, Dean, Dean could. Freddie
Oh,
wasn't.
Freddie, not so much. Right.
But I'm saying, Buzz, did you learn stuff? Did it take you hours and hours of your time when you got married?
Well, no, that's why we didn't do it, because we had
didn't have a
zero
dance at all.
interest.
It's a waste of time.
No.
Just dance.
Yeah, and
Have
we
fun.
had a COVID wedding, so we had like 30 people at our wedding. So it's not like it was even big enough to. Do you know what I mean? Like me and one of my, what was it? You know, Josh Groban's "You Raise Me Up." Have you heard that song?
The original
old
one?
one.
You
Yeah.
raise me up.
Me and one of my best mates, Tom, did a dance to that on the D floor instead of my wife and I.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, "You Raise Me Up," but nothing official from Bronte and I.
Right. Well, there'd be some beautiful tracks there.
And what's the number one?
Whitney.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
All very beautiful songs.
Yeah, that's beautiful stuff. And you want to get that off to for a good start, don't you? The whole.
This would sound good at a wedding. What do you reckon?
One.
Take my money when I'm in need. Yes, it's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger way over town.
The Ashlatzy and Susie Snackbox.
No, I just had a thought. It's just in the loo and had a thought.
Yeah, I know you were.
Yeah, because he brushes his teeth at the same time.
I just heard about it all.
It's not the
off
same.
air.
Let's just make that clear. I brush my teeth usually around the same
Yeah,
time.
we
but
don't plan it.
No. But whenever I
He's saying it's just the worst luck in the world that every time he goes in there to brush his teeth,
It's time
you're
that
in
I
there
need to get
taking your morning.
today was bad as well because I was mid floss. So that's the first thing I do.
Yeah.
Then I brush my teeth. Then I use my mouthwash.
Yeah, because I have my Activate You
Yeah.
early on in the day. Which I bought on the internet ages
Yeah.
ago. A lot of it.
Which activates you.
It does.
But then I, as part of my routine, I had to pull my pants up.
That's usually what happens. Yeah.
It's a good routine to get into.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to remind
Particularly
himself.
when you're at
he
work.
has to remind himself because we had the.
Particularly in the workplace, it's a good routine to get into. Putting your pants back on. I just had because I'm wearing. I don't know where I got them. Mum got them for me for Christmas. Look,
Oh, they're
Suze.
nice. Okay, let me explain what they are.
Yeah,
They're Nike underpants.
yeah, like Nike,
Right.
Big,
Nike performance undies.
band, a big fluorescent
Yeah.
band
Yeah.
with Nike written
Is it
on
like lycra? What's the fabric?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got different kind of levels of breathability. You know,
Oh yeah.
that sort
How
of.
do you wash that without the fluorescent losing colour?
Well, eventually it does is the answer to that. But this is my point. Because I've just got a whole drawer full of underpants, and some of them I've been wearing for a while. And
Chuck him out.
I'm thinking of chucking all my undies out today and just heading down to DFO or something.
Do it.
Just buying 12 pairs of performance lycra, fluorescent, awesome underpants.
Yeah.
and just getting rid of the other. Like, it's ridiculous.
If you don't have, like, if they're over 2 years old,
Yeah.
chuck them out.
Do you do that though? Because I look at it and then I have that weird, stupid feeling you have when you go look at them and go, oh, I can't chuck them out.
Oh, the memories.
Yeah.
The memories.
What is it? The memory?
No,
I
no,
know. They're
I've got a-
underpants. For
No, I've
God's
got a bit
sake.
of a deal going on at the moment, Lutzy, that I'm just chucking out clothes left, right, and centre. Like every
Good.
time.
Your shirt you're wearing from 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this
On
one.
some level, that
Yeah.
you can't bring yourself to throw that out. It's,
No, but I've thrown out a lot of clothes this year.
Underpants? You still got crappy old underpants?
No, I don't.
I've got a
What, you got
solution.
new ones?
Well, yeah, I don't wear a lot, to be honest with you. I've gone back to freeballing.
Okay,
but-
good
I've
point.
got a solution of how to, if you, something means something to you, but you can't use them as clothes anymore, for example, underpants.
Yeah.
You put them in your rag drawer and you use them for cleaning. Then every time you get out to clean, you remember the good times you had in those underpants, or that T-shirt, all that.
Oh my god.
Very short.
Remember
I
the
kinda
time?
get it, but
Yeah.
there's also an element of just buy some bloody nice rags.
No, it's
I remember these ones.
And I guarantee you've got way too many T-shirts. Like,
I've got-
way too many.
3 rows, 3 stacks, like 50 centimetres high.
Yeah.
3 stacks of them.
When we
Possibly 70 T-shirts.
when we moved from
70?
a house into a unit, we did the hugest cull of all of our clothes and possessions. And you don't need it. You don't need half the junk.
I couldn't
that
even
you've
do
got
that.
in your house.
When I moved from a house to an apartment, I did a huge cull and put it, and now I pay $500
yes.
a month.
Question.
As Seinfeld says, to go visit my rubbish.
Yeah. How often do you go and visit your rubbish? Like, how often do you go to the storage
Just when I
shed?
add more rubbish into it.
Yeah.
When I dump more rubbish into it. Yeah, I know. It's. I'm not even. This isn't a. This is what you should do. I'm embarrassed. But the underpants is
should
where
be.
it starts. The underpants gets closer to my body than anyone ever has.
Thank God.
Well, do something about it.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.